Oh, how's it going? Been a long time. Happy to see everybody. I'm going to jump right into it. Sorry about the angle here. It's kind of just what we're working with, and that's okay. So I'm going to get into some life updates really quick because I want to do that first before getting to my reading and writing updates. Let me make that change. And we just started. So what we could do, what a smart person would do, is simply, let's start the video over and set it right. But you know what? I'm not smart. So life updates. I want to go ahead and actually shout out a bunch of channels. So I haven't really been watching a ton of content lately. It's a bit. My time has been with the holiday and seeing family and spending time. I've spent most of my free time reading and writing and working on that, and obviously now with my family and my girlfriend. So the time that I do have, I like to spend. I don't actually spend watching too much content anymore, unfortunately. We're in the short interim right now. There's a Darth Revan like 8-hour video that I turn on every once in a while on my commute, but for the most part, if I'm reading a book, I'm also listening to it. So I'm doing both at the same time, trying to listen to my commute, and so that takes up a lot of what would be my YouTube time. That said, let me go ahead and shout out a bunch of these people that I love watching that maybe you haven't heard of. We got Ted Red Instead. Ted, talking to you. Always comments about the TED Talks. Go check him out. He has some great content over on his channel. A bunch obviously I've missed, but if you want somebody who's, again, another person who's up to date on reading and making their videos of high quality, go ahead and check them out. Abel or Abel Montero. Montero. I'll leave all these in the description box below. But you can check him out. He highlights a bunch of indie fantasy authors. If you guys are interested in finding some new epic fantasy in the independent published space, he's a kind of a hero for that. He's also doing the translation, I believe, for Dr. Philip Chase's Dan trilogy in Italian, which is pretty sick. We got King Crusoe. He's got some great, insightful videos. I'd say check him out. I know that he is actually doing some work for Christopher Rocchio, which is really cool. Excuse me, my voice crack. I love watching him. Love seeing the stuff that he puts out. We got Samwise, who always comments on the channel. We have Maeve, who has probably not tuned in a little bit, but that's fine. Again, everybody gets busy, but she's got some great content as well. We've got N.A. Summer or Sumar. I'm probably saying that wrong. You can go check him out. I've already shouted him out a little bit. Yeah, I think he's an author as well. I know he's working on a project on his own as well. Go check him out if you're interested in that aspect of this channel. I'm going to shout out Slay just in general. Slay's awesome. He got a read of, I posted the comment on my channel in my community tab. He read the first 3 chapters in a little dear reader that I put out to him specifically, and some other people that asked, just reached out in Discord, and he gave me some great feedback, and I'm looking forward to getting him the whole story when that time comes. We got A Reader's Journey, Chris from A Reader's Journey, also great videos. Again, follow these readers' journeys. These are some people that have some great content for you guys to check out. We have Nick Reads Fantasy, who actually turned me on to one of the books I have here in my haul. I'll get to that later. We got Some Key Dude, Britain, who I'm going on his channel tomorrow for a live chat. You guys can check it out. I'll leave his channel down below. I'll probably separate it from the others since we're having a live discussion over on his channel tomorrow. So, oh crap, it's Wednesday. All right, I'm going to put it in my community tab today. You guys are going to see this Friday. I'm filming this Wednesday because I don't have time tomorrow, and I have a flight out Friday for a buddy's wedding. But in that instance, please just go to some of Kidu's channel, check it out. You guys can watch the replay if you missed it. Otherwise, I'm going to post it in my community tab so you guys can see that. Then we got Joseph Reads Books, who I again love his content. He does some TTRPG content as well, and he does some deep dives into authors and your author's favorite author. Just some great content there. And then so those are some of the channels that I wanted to shout out that I've like discovered recently that I haven't been able to quite tune into. And then there's a bunch more. I think John just did an interview with one of the people who I watch. I'm forgetting it now. It's like as I go, it's crazy. So I spent some time, wrote some down, but let me get into my reading updates for you guys so you guys get an idea of where my reading has been at. So I finished We Are the Dead over the holiday, and I did a great discussion with Chris at Bearded Book Beast, Jake from Nerd Level Rising, and Alex from Iskandaria, our first of the Red Company. We're diving into Eluthian next. That discussion will probably be in February, the first week of February or so, or last week of January, or something like that. And so, I love this book. There are a lot of parallels in more of an homage way to Joe Abercrombie, but this is definitely its own thing. It is definitely unique. You can tell there's inspiration there, but it's not like impeding on the advance of the story. This story is its own. The characters have totally different motivations. I think you're seeing them in a place where like you see Joe Abercrombie's characters after all of the things kind of happen to them. This is seeing the things that are happening to the characters. It is absolutely mind-blowing. The magic in this book is incredible. All the different technologies, the character dilemmas, the good versus evil. There are clear lines, and then the gray in between. It's a massive exploration of it's a character study, similar to Joe Abercrombie, and it's very interesting. I love it, love it, love it. Now, what I'm currently reading is Assassin's Quest. I'm about 15% into this puppy. I started it Monday. It's Wednesday right now. We got Assassin's Quest, Robin Hobb. I'm completing this month. I will be going into, I'll get into what I'm going to be reading next after that. And so we have Assassin's Quest, 15%. Really looking, I'm really enjoying it so far. I kind of like that he's met this like group of minstrels that he's hanging out with, and he's kind of figuring out life as it is now fits. With no spoilers to book 2, it's actually very interesting. It's so interesting to see. And then we have Old Man of the Sea. I'm about 40 pages into this puppy. I know it's really short. I should have read this already, but I did one little sprint with this so far and got 40 pages done in a bit. And yes, this is very interesting so far. Again, it's Hemingway. It's my first introduction to Hemingway. Getting used to the writing style. It's apparent to me that Cormac McCarthy probably has some influence from this fella here. So I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's very interesting. So that's what I finished reading, what I'm currently reading. Let me get into what I'm going to read, and then I'm going to go into my book haul. So after I finish Assassin's Quest, I will be doing the Bonehunters. Finally, I am so stoked to get back to the Malazan read. Very excited to get into this. I wasn't able to get to Ride Hell's Chasm this month, but I will likely be doing that in January. Actually, that is probably my big read in January. So I'm going to do Bonehunters next, and then I don't have it over here, but Words of Radiance, it's over there somewhere. That will be my read after Bonehunters. I will finally be getting to Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. For all the Sanderson fans out there, I know I've missed it. I've only read Way of Kings by him. Hold on, don't kill me. I enjoyed it a lot, and so I'm excited to get into Words of Radiance. The density of the books, I know I'm talking about Malazan and getting into the 6th book of that, but I am very excited to get into Words of Radiance with the reviews and the insight into that book and how it's highly touted. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. I might try and get into finishing, Clash of Kings. I might finish that next month also. We'll see. I might be getting back into my Game of Thrones read. Not sure yet. So I picked up Ruins of Ivy. Let's talk about a book haul real quick. Picked up Ruins of Ivy right here. This is by Aaron Ramsby. I was in the chat with John from Talking Story, the producer's call, and Aaron was in there, and he was talking about his books. I had no idea he wrote them, so I picked up the first book in the series because I was like, okay, first of all, the covers are awesome. I don't know if you guys can see. It's got a little glare. It's a little glossy. But these are very cool. The concept of the whole story looked very cool. I recommend you guys go check it out if you're interested in getting into some independently published work. It's called the Aurora Project 1, Ruins of Ivy. I mean, oh, God, these covers are so sick. I cannot begin to tell you. I mean, you can't really. I don't know if you can tell. I don't think me showing it does it justice. Go check it out, guys. It's very cool. Very excited to get into that. Then we have The Wizard Knight, which Nick Reed's Fantasy. That's who it was. Okay. Nick Reed's Fantasy told me about this puppy. Now, this is something that interests me. It's apparently polar opposite to Grimdark, and it's written by Gene Wolfe, who I love. After reading the Book of the New Sun. So I'm excited to get into this. When that day comes, I will, you guys will know, obviously. I do miss Gene Wolfe's writing. There's some art in here that's kind of intriguing that I didn't know until I just started patterning through this, comprising the Knight and with the Wizard. I love the way Gene Wolfe does his work. And I'm so excited to read that. And then my mother got me this from a Red, White, and Blue stores, The Stand, Stephen King. Now, Slay, I know this isn't the one that you sent me from eBay. I will probably be getting that one, but this one was $2. My mom got it for me, so check that out. This is a Stand. It's about my first physical copy of it, which I'm very stoked about. So that was a book haul for you guys to check out. I didn't get into any Berserk. I know that's probably disappointing over the course of 2 weeks. Going away down in Virginia, I didn't want to lug the deluxe edition. I probably could have done it on my phone, but and usually today or tomorrow before I film would be the time that I read Berserk, so I'll likely read some of it tomorrow if I have time. But I didn't get to it today. So just haven't gotten any updates there. I think we're going to finish the Conviction arc before myself, Tom Orange, and the rest of the Red Company have a discussion about it. And then we're going to talk spoilers up to volume 21, I believe. So still in the middle of volume 15 there, or 14. I think 15. And I will be finishing that up probably tomorrow if I have some time. So I'm going to, for all you here, for reading updates, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That was the reading aspect, the life updates. I will be getting into my writing. So if you're here just for the reading, like, subscribe, comment, please leave down below what you're reading, how your holiday was, if you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, what were you doing this last week while I was gone? And yeah, so I'm going to go to my writing update. So I have, I'm up to chapter 38 of 49 total that I will be, or it's like 50 total, including prologue, epilogue, that I am revising currently before it goes to my editor. The deadline I have set with my editor is December 10th. So that'll be next Tuesday. It's currently Wednesday as I'm filming this. So I'm at chapter 38 of 50 some odd. And so I only have, realistically, I only have 12 left. And I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited to go through it. I have a wedding this weekend, but I will be making sure I make time to go through this for my work. And yes, I'm looking forward to getting that done. There are some, obviously, seeing from the first half of book one and like just the difference in my writing style between the first half and the second half. It's like going through the second half of this revision and just seeing the difference in the writing style just between the first and last 50%. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool to see the growth that I've had personally, just going through and reading it. And yeah, so I also have commissioned Jack Shepard, who did the maps for the Way of Adan, the Adan trilogy, for my maps. And he will be working on them in January, February. So you guys will probably be seeing that up on Substack, as well as in January, you'll be seeing a Dear Reader and a short story in the Mercy World. In January. That'll be January 1st. The Dear Reader will be up for sure. And then beyond that, probably 10 days after or some odd 7, I'll put up the first short story where you get to introduce to Alevist Lightseeker, who's, oh my God, he's fallen down. Well, Tears of the Fallen. He's fallen down and he's right here. So you guys will get kind of an insight into him, a little bit of his life before the Reckoning. And that short story will be up in January. And then I'm going to work on a couple novellas, maybe just some newsletters for you guys to check out over the course of that month. And then, of course, a cover reveal next month. We're getting closer and closer. And I have a discussion with John from Talking Story December 27th this month. And we'll be chatting just in general, just talking tubes, talking books, talking tubes. And that's that. That's what you do. That's what people do. And then I also commissioned Jack. This guy's name's Max Beach Creative. You guys can go Google him, search him up on Instagram or something. He is going to be doing I'm just commissioning him for one piece of the prologue, just to have. And then my sister's working up some background material to put up some writing excerpts for my Instagram for when, and of course Substack for when those things go up. And yeah, haven't touched book 2, obviously, just still working on book 1, and then short story, novella. That'll be my priorities right now. But yeah, that's the update. Kind of banged it all in 13 minutes. It's because that's what I had tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. I appreciate it every week. Leave down below your guys' thoughts on anything if you'd like. That's fine too. And I will see you next Friday, because you're seeing this Friday at noon, even though I'm filming it Wednesday. So for me, it's like 9 days. For you, it's 7. Anyways, thanks guys. Tune in. Appreciate it.